Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I am Sid Roeder, your host today. Bruce is not available this week, so you'll just hear me and our guest today. And today we are going to have a very exciting show. We have Janice McAllister here. Good morning, Janice.
Hello.
And we also have Patty Bartholomew here. She is actually one of the members of our Empowering Seniors group. And good morning, Patty.
Good morning. Thanks for having us here.
Yes, and Patty is a financial consultant for Parsonex, but today we are talking about something far more exciting because both Janice and Patty are directors of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra. This is so great. So let me dive into this. Maybe I'm going to let you ladies introduce yourself and tell us a little bit on who you are and why you do what you're doing. Patty, let's start with you.
Great. Yeah. So I'm Patty Bartholomew, and I'm a co-director with Janice McAllister of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra. It's an orchestra specifically tailored to those who are beginning a string instrument, never played before, and are learning for the first time through kind of intermediate for intermediate players. So not your super advanced players, but they want to learn, they want to grow, and be in an orchestra that's fit for them.
Wonderful. So Janice, let's talk a little bit about you.
I'm Janice McAllister. I've taught in the Logan School string program for many years. Patty approached me in 2014 about forming an adult group. We had both been to a music convention in St. George where the BYU New Horizons Orchestra played. We were both fascinated by it and thought, this is something Cache Valley needs. And so we formed our Cache Valley Orchestra in 2014.
That sounds wonderful. So how often do you guys practice or I know COVID threw a little bit of a loop in it. If I understood that correctly when we talked previously, last year you did everything online, right?
Yeah, that was kind of a challenge because, if you've ever been in an orchestra or a music class or performing group, in person, right, is the way to go. And so it threw us for a loop a bit, but we used an app called Violi. It has a lot better sound quality than Zoom or some of those other online meeting platforms. And so we probably had about 20 members that regularly came online. And at the end of the year, when COVID cases were going down and people had been vaccinated, we met for 3 classes in person and then did an actual performance last spring. So we kind of culminated it, brought it back together. I'd say in a normal year, we have between, 35, sometimes up to 40 members that come regularly. And one thing we really love is that members can come, and even if they've never picked up, a violin before, they can come to our orchestra, and we have pieces that they can play with the big orchestra on day one. So it's really exciting for a beginner to be able to play with an orchestra on their very first day of classes. We have 3 different classes: a newbie class, an intermediate class, we call ourselves the wannabes, and then the veterans. And Janice teaches the veterans. One thing, Janice has always been kind of a role model for me, and she's a cherished friend as well. But she's a composer and an arranger. She's very successful and nationally known, and she writes a lot of music for our group. And we're really, really fortunate to have her and someone of her caliber in our orchestra. And I've learned so much from her. So this has just been a wonderful opportunity. And it's we're building some really great friendships too, which is really the point of New Horizons.
That's wonderful. Janice, and I hear you actually do compose the music and do it 3 ways, right?
We do. We do a lot of our own music. I'd like to tell you a little bit about how this whole movement, this New Horizons movement, began. It all began in the 80s, 1980s. Professor Dr. Roy Ernst was a music professor emeritus. He was still a professor at the Eastman School of Music. His own story is interesting. He came from a poor family. His parents had never had the opportunity for any musical involvement, but they were determined that their children have those opportunities. These were hard times in America, and when his father would lose his job, the family would meet together and say, what can we cut out? What expenses can we cut out so we can survive? But their music lessons were never on the table. They were determined that their kids would still keep their music lessons. And somehow this man rose from those beginnings to become a successful musician, an outstanding music educator, and eventually rose to become a professor and head of the department at the prestigious Eastman School of Music. But when he approached retirement, he wanted to find a way to bring music to older Americans. And so he gathered together a group of 30 band members. And from that humble beginning, that group by 2012 had over 10,000 members. And they were found in the United States, Canada, and Australia, parts of Europe. Now, 10 years later, and this is their 30th anniversary, orchestras and choruses are under that New Horizons umbrella. There's over 200 musical groups and thousands more players. His vision was that anyone can play an instrument, and his motto was, your best is good enough. There are no auditions. New Horizons is inclusive, not exclusive. So that's where we come from.
Thank you, Janice, for the clarification. This is the Senior Moments Show. We're coming up on our first break here in a hurry, so I want to take a minute to mention our sponsor, which is the Empowering Seniors Group, and Patty is a member of this group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empowerseniors.cv@gmail.com. Or lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to have us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406. And I'm going to encourage our listeners that are maybe interested in joining the New Horizons Orchestra here in Cache Valley to get a pen and paper, because when we come back after our break, I'm going to give Patty a chance to mention her phone number so you can get in touch with her and see if you could join. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned.
Oh, it seems like yesterday I was playing with my kids on the playground.
Seems like yesterday I was building a treehouse in the backyard.
Time goes by too fast, but there is something you can do to ensure you're taken care of down the road. I'm Tracy Ferris with Quality First Insurance. A long-term care insurance policy is something we all need as we get older. If you wait until you need it, you're too late. Let me help you understand the options and benefits of long-term care insurance. Call me today, 435-752-0101.
Is your pharmacy closing? You have a choice of where to transfer to. May we suggest Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram? Reed's Pharmacy was named Best of Northern Utah, Silver Medalist Pharmacy. They have been open for 52 years and offer free prescription delivery to all of Cache Valley. Just stay home and they will bring your prescription to you. Need help remembering to take your meds? They have a free bubble packing service for convenience. For more information, call Reed's Pharmacy today at 245-DRUG.
If you're retired or plan to retire soon, will you outlive your money or will your money outlive you? If you don't know the answer, I can help. Hi, I'm Patty Bartholomew, a financial consultant with Parsonex Securities. If you have questions about your financial plan or just need a second opinion, call me today at 435-227-5556.
Investments are not FDIC insured, nor are they deposits of or guaranteed by a bank or any other entity, so they may lose value. Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the funds. This and other important information is contained in each fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, which can be obtained from a financial professional and should be read carefully before investing. Securities offered through Parsonex Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC, 8310 South Valley Highway, Suite 110, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112-303-662-8700.
Whether you have a small business, large corporation, or sole proprietorship, remember Cook Martin Polson has provided quality accounting services since 1977. At Cook Martin Polson, they believe you've earned it, and they're going to help you keep it. Take a minute right now to call 750-5566. That's 750-5566 to set up your tax appointment and let Cook Martin Polson show you how to keep the money you have earned.
This is Jared Ripplinger with Cook Martin Polson. You've worked hard for your money. Let us help you keep it.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
And welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer. And let me mention our sponsor really quick again. It's the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, and really anybody who cares. And today we have an opportunity to visit with Janice McAllister and Patty Bartholomew. They are both directors of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. And Patty, when we had our first segment, I wanted to give you an opportunity in case somebody's interested in joining the orchestra. Where can they get a hold of you?
So go ahead and call me at 435-227-5556. You can also go to cachearts.org and find us as one of their classes, the New Horizons Orchestra, and you can sign up there.
Wonderful. Thank you. So Janice, let me pose a question to you. This is a string orchestra. So what kind of instruments do you currently have?
We have violin, viola, cello, and bass. Sometimes we use added percussion, but basically we just use the string instruments.
Okay. And how many members do you currently have?
Typically, we started with about 20 plus. That continued to grow every year as we got better and we got audiences were excited. Our quality of music improved, and so before COVID hit, we were probably up to around 40 most of the time. Reluctantly, we've had to bid farewell to people who moved all over the United States, even abroad, but they keep contact with us, many of them. It's interesting, some of our players are true beginners. Others had put their instruments away for 10, 20, maybe one even 40 plus years, and came back, picked their instruments up after, many of them had provided all these music experiences for their kids, music lessons, instruments, music camps, wishing that they had those opportunities themselves. And suddenly they found in 2014 that those possibilities were open for them.
So, and maybe to take the fear out of the whole orchestra experience, maybe Patty, I can ask you, you do also get people that have never held a violin in their hand or never really played? Yes.
And, one person in particular I'm thinking of, he was a professor at USU, and he had he didn't know how to read music at all, never had played anything, was super, super beginner level. And he's been with us since the very beginning. And now he's a fine cellist. He's a veteran cellist, what we would consider veteran, and he's doing a fine job. And so literally New Horizons is for anyone at any stage in their music career, and whether they're brand new, we'll teach you how to hold your instrument. We'll teach you the names of the strings. We'll go from very basic to more advanced. And so, like Janice mentioned earlier, there's no auditions or anything of that sort. Members get to choose which class they're going to be in. If they're a beginner and they want to stay in that beginning class for 3 years, they can, and if they want to try veteran, they can try it out. If it's too hard, then they can move back. And so it's just very flexible. And again, like the relationships that we build are really priceless. And it's like my fun thing that I get to do every week is be there. And, it's just been really rewarding for me as a teacher, and also with our orchestra members. It's something they look forward to.
So that actually made me think of another question, because I know watching my children's band experiences, I've always admired how these directors swung around from one year to the next with a complete different set of instruments that they had to deal with. If you had a wish list right now, what instruments would you like the best to come in right now?
Well, okay, I'll go ahead and answer that. I'm a cellist, so cello. No, just kidding. I would say we probably do need more upper strings. I would say probably violins and violas. Janice, what would you say?
I think that's true. We somehow have gotten a lot of cellos, and so I think that's right. It's really interesting when you look at the kinds of people who join. They come from all walks of life. We have housewives, we have teachers, we have college professors, we have music people from the health industries, we have business people. These people are bonding together, meeting other people they would never meet under any other circumstances, that become really good friends. We've formed new friendships uniting all of these people. We've nurtured each other through hard times, happy times, illnesses, health challenges. Sometimes even people have lost family members, and the group has bonded together to help and support. So music helps heal, helps comfort, and we see that all the time.
I remember once, Janice, I don't know if you remember, we had a member several years ago towards the beginning, and her husband had Alzheimer's, and she would bring him to rehearsals with her. And for me, I mean, it was just such a beautiful thing, and she was learning cello and growing that way. It was helpful to her husband to come and get out of the home. And she was learning a skill, and it kind of just improved their quality of life. And that's what New Horizons is about, is improving the quality of life, learning new skills, and making music together. And, we have Janice, who's an amazing composer, who's writing a lot of music. Like she'll come and spend all night writing a piece, and we get to play it. I mean, it's just so exciting. It's so fun, and anyone can do it, if that's what you want to do.
Thank you, Patty. What a beautiful experience. We're already coming up on our next break here in a hurry. So let me just throw out a really quick last question, maybe for you, Patty, really quick. So what's the process? I'm assuming there is a tuition, and do people rent their instruments, or how does that work?
So you're in charge of getting your own instrument. So you find your own instrument, you register for the class. You can go to casharts.org and find us there. The tuition is $130 per semester. But again, it's open to everybody regardless of your ability to pay. So if you can't pay, you just pay what you can or not, and you just come and you can participate. We meet at the Bullen Center next door to the Eccles Theater.
Thank you, Patty. This is the Senior Moments Show, visiting today with Janice McAllister and Patty Bartholomew, both directors of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra. We're going to take a little break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you 55 and older and seeking a healthier, happier life? The Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, RSVP, of Cache and Rich counties may be the perfect opportunity. RSVP connects volunteers age 55 plus with older community members who need increased companionship or a break from their caregiving role. Volunteering has many benefits, including better health, a sense of purpose, and strong relationships. Call 760-4472 to get started. That's 760-4472. Share your time, share your heart. 760-4472.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then List it, sell it, and move on.
If you're retired or plan to retire soon, will you outlive your money or will your money outlive you? If you don't know the answer, I can help. Hi, I'm Patty Bartholomew, a financial consultant with Parsonex Securities. If you have questions about your financial plan or just need a second opinion, call me today at 435-227-5556.
Investments are not FDIC insured, nor are they deposits of or guaranteed by a bank or any other entity, so they may lose value. Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the funds. This and other important information is contained in each fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, which can be obtained from a financial professional and should be read carefully before investing. Securities offered through Parsonex Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC, 8310 South Valley Highway, Suite 110, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112-303-662-8700.
This is Mark Thurston from White Pine Funeral Services. On behalf of all of us here at White Pine, we want to thank the community of Cache Valley for your support this past year. Thank you for selecting us as a silver winner for the Best of Northern Utah. We look forward to many more years of working with you here in our community. We know you have a choice, and we hope you will consider White Pine Funeral Services. If you have questions about cremation, funerals, or planning ahead, please contact us or visit whitepinefunerals.com.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
When it comes to successful aging, eating well matters. Staying physically active matters. Getting socially engaged matters. Living alone, aging alone, it's harder to consistently do that. Hi, this is Chris Grohl with Pioneer Valley Lodge, where we make it easier to do those things every day. Our mission at Pioneer Valley Lodge in North Logan is to help seniors live better, age more gracefully, and stay independent for as long as possible. Pioneer Valley Lodge, an independent living community for seniors.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer, visiting today with Janice McAllister and Patty Bartholomew, both directors of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra. And for those listeners who are just barely tuning in, the New Horizons Orchestra is a beginning to intermediate orchestra for adults that is open really to anyone who maybe has never touched a string instrument, to someone who has played before in their life and is very advanced. It's a wonderful thing here in Cache Valley that I didn't know about until a little while ago. And so if you are someone who's interested in maybe joining, or someone who knows someone who might want to join, Patty, would you go and mention your phone number again?
Yeah, so my number is 435-227-5556.
Okay, and then a question, I don't know which one of you wants to answer that. Can you describe a little bit what your normal class, what goes on, and how you split up people by their skills?
The very, very first day that we will start, we will have some beginners, we will have some intermediates, we will have some quite upper intermediate. For those beginners, they get to go with a teacher who will start them from the very square one, open strings, how to hold the instrument, how to pizzicato. And they will learn their very first piece in those first few minutes. We have, that is our newbie group. We have our wannabe group, which Patty generally teaches, and those are the intermediate level that she works with. Then we have the veterans who meet on the stage in the Bullen Center, and we work technique, we work the repertoire we're going to do, and then toward the last what is it, Patty?
About the last hour, last 50 minutes or so.
Close to the hour, we all combine together, even with those brand new beginners that are just learning how to hold their instrument, but they do know their open strings, and we play our hoedown and some other open string pieces, and they get to have the thrill of playing with a big group.
That sounds so wonderful. Thank you,
We
Janice.
move from there.
Wonderful. And Patty, we haven't mentioned your new season is coming up here in the hurry. What is your start date? And maybe mention the fees and the instrumental side of it again.
Yeah, so we're going to be starting on September 13th. It's a Monday. And our classes are held every Monday and Wednesday from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Bullen Center. We're on the second floor in that ballroom area, and tuition is $130 per semester. You can register for the class by going to cachearts.org. You click on education and then classes, and then you can find New Horizons Orchestra there. But again, sometimes we have members that can't afford to pay the fee for whatever reason or things going on in their lives. And so we're open to everybody. You come regardless of your ability to pay, and we'll accept you, and we have a wonderful time.
Wonderful. And if somebody has questions, Patty, can we have your phone number one more time?
Yeah, so 435-227-5556. And again, your members are in charge of getting their own instrument. On the website, we do have a list of books that you need to bring, and you are in charge of bringing your own music stand. Everyone has their own music stand that they bring every day to class.
Wonderful. And Janice, let me pose a question to you, because this is the most exciting part to me, is you have how many performances per year do you usually have?
We generally do a couple of performances in each semester. We performed in care centers. We performed at the Tabernacle. We perform in the Bullen Center. We've performed at St. John's Episcopal Church. Anything else? Any other places you can think of?
Yeah, that's typically, we typically do the two per semester, and occasionally, every year we have special guests that we perform with. And our favorite concert of the year, our Christmas concert is probably one of my favorites of the year that we do. We're actually doing something kind of different, aren't we, Janice, this fall?
Oh, this is a big announcement.
The big reveal.
We're spilling the beans.
So we're actually, for the first time ever, we're partnering with a band, a marching band, the Cache Valley Good Times Marching Band. And we're going to partner with them for our October concert. And we've never done this before. I'm so excited. I can hardly contain myself. But we're playing some really great pieces. We're going to be doing Orange Blossom Special, La Toreadors from Carmen, Ashokan Farewell. And we have a special guest fiddler, Boyd Edwards, who's going to be joining us for that concert. It's
phenomenal violinist.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. So much fun.
I can't wait. You're going to have to make sure that you also give Cache Media Group a chance to advertise that concert. And you better have a big spot there. Where's the location on this one?
Well, we're still working on that location.
Okay.
But we'll get you that information.
Beautiful. Thank you. Well, we're at the end of our show. This was wonderful. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Patty, for coming in. It was great to talk to you guys. Again, this is the Senior Moments Show. We were visiting with Janice McAllister and Patty Bartholomew, both directors of the Cache Valley New Horizons Orchestra here in Cache Valley. Exciting things coming up. If you did not get the phone number for Patty, you can also contact the Empowering Seniors Group. You can contact me personally at 435-512-6406. This is the end of our show. We hope you tune in again next week.